case you didn't notice, that's the first time I've been able to put on my work gear in here for shoot, 10 weeks, 8 weeks, however long it's been, 9 weeks since I broke my ribs. I tried to wear it a couple times, but what was happening was the pressure of it, the down pressure and even the hip pressure was kind of bothering the whole area. So I tried it on the other day with the guys when Gary and Ralph were here, and I was able to swing it. So, and I'm adding to it just a little bit here and there, and I'm still a little comfortable with it, and I'm just slowly getting better. Alright, I'm gonna put up a couple more panels and I'll tell you what's going on with this stuff in the morning. Hi, Bernadette. See, Mom, you already got your Bernadette's down here. She's been staying down here. So you got a big grown cat already staying down here. And she's a good girl. Yeah. 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 She's Bernadette. Yes. Bernadette's a good girl. Yes. Yes. She's a good girl. Ha! Alright, well, it's the next morning. Here we are. I'm going to tell you about what's going on with these windows. My body cannot take this build, y'all. This thing is destroying me. Oh my gosh, I got stories to tell. I was battling, to get the rest of that stuff up last night, I wanted to get the ceiling done on the other side because I have Jerry is coming up, and we're going to be doing tongue and groove on the ceiling and walls. We're going to try to get moving on that because Gary's got a few things to do, so he won't be back till later this week. He's got some big shipments coming in for his store. You know, Gary and Marge own the Troy Mercantile. It's a cool little place where they sell, you know, rain gauges and home oddities, and they also sell plants and in the beginning of the year, spring plants and stuff. You know, it's just a nice little store, a general purpose store, and it's in Troy, Missouri. They don't have any website availabilities, but if you're in the area and you guys want to shop at the Mercantile in Troy, Missouri, then stop by and see Marge. Gary's usually not there. They ran him off. Maybe one time when you see Gary, say, Gary, why aren't you working in the store that much, Gary? But he handles all the you know, material that comes in to get it on the shelves, and they have a big order coming in because we're rolling into fall now, and everyone's getting that, you know, Christmas mindset and fall mindset and everything going. So he'll be unloading these container ships. They get these container ships and everything, so they're gonna get these containers, I think today, maybe tomorrow, and they're gonna unload them and get everything situated, and then he'll be back. So Jerry's gonna jump in and fill up the spot real quick, and he's actually doing some work. They moved from Iowa down to southern Missouri, and he's building an addition onto the house that they bought and getting some stuff done. So he's been kind of MIA, trying to do his own thing, and he's coming back, so you guys will see him in the next video. Holy cow, man. I'm just trying to get the revolving door of helpers around here because, again, Mom's still living in the hotel. We're building her a log cabin. She's moving from the city up to the country. And it's just been a heck of a deal. Now, if you're new around here in the beginning of the build, you know, a little bit through it, I actually fell and busted 4 ribs. It was a freak accident. And I busted one of them in 2 places. So I've been, you know, couch bound. Gary has really stepped up, and Jerry and Chris and all the folks that have come down to help. It's just been crazy. And so that's been really nice, very heartwarming, and it really kept the project moving. And so I'm just now kind of getting back into it. You know, I just got my tool belt back on. I'm like, holy smokes. And then this happened. Come on, I'm gonna take you inside and show you. Okay, so here's what happened. Gary was here not yesterday, I think it was the day before, right? I think it's been like 2 days or something, because we were in here and we were doing some stuff. I think he was, where were we at the first time? I think we were right around here somewhere, and Gary caught a flicker of something off the corner of his eye, right? And Gary said, I normally don't catch that kind of stuff. So we see this flicker, and he says, man, there's something in there. There's something up here. And I was like, what? He goes, yeah, there's something up here or whatever. So we start looking, you know, looking. I see the little ears come up, right? Little ears. And then I see the eyes, little beady black eyes. You know where I'm going with this? It's not a mouse. Ha! So we're looking at it and stuff. I get the tape measure, right? Where's my tape measure at? Here it is. I get the tape measure on it, right? So I'm sticking the tape measure up there and putting it in the little hole, whatever. He said, oh, I see it right there. Sticking the tape measure up there. And sure enough, it's a bat. We had a bat in here, right? So I don't have this on camera. Gary said, why don't you film it? And I said, well, we're just gonna shoo him out of here. It's no big deal. And I probably should have. So we get the bat. You can ask Gary now. You can verify all this stuff. So we get the bat. It's flying around, you know, this way, that way. And, you know, I'm poking with it. Like I'm chasing it around. It's going in the ceiling here. It's trying to find any place underneath, you know, underneath the foam board that we're putting down, and any kind of hole that the foam insulation left, right? And it's going from this side to this side, you know, and I'm going with the tape measure, poking it, getting it to fly. And the goal is to get it to fly down and go out the window, right? And then it's coming to be nighttime anyway, so I told Gary, I said, well, they're nocturnal. You know, I got all the windows. I put that foam board. You guys have seen I've been using that foam board for the windows. And I thought, well, I got the foam board up on all the windows. I left one window open for them. And I told Gary, I said, man, we've been kind of bugging it. Maybe we stressed it out, you know, and it thinks it's not a safe place anymore. I said, probably it won't come back, you know. And I was debating on telling Mom that she had a bat in her house. But she's going to know now because I'm telling you guys a story. All right, but I even told her already, I think it was the next day or the day after that, I took her out to breakfast, right? And we were just talking and chatting and catching up. And I said, no, I wasn't going to tell you this, but I said, there's a bat in your house. You know, she said, what, a bat in my house? I said, don't worry, we're going to get it out. I think it's already gone and everything. So then I came back, you know, to do this work that you guys saw in the beginning of the video, right? Or was it one more time? It might have been one more time he came back. No, that was it. I shoot him out, thought he was gone, didn't see him the next day, so I was good. Then I started doing this stuff, and then sure enough, man, I got up here last night and it was dark, and I was putting that foam board up, and boop, he sticks his head out right by kind of where I'm working. I'm like, whoa, you know, you don't want to have those bats get around you too close because they actually are huge carriers of rabies, and I'm not even interested. I got broken ribs, and now my calf, I'm going to tell you guys about that, and then to have some rabies on top of it and get all those shots in my stomach, no. So I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I got to get this bat out of here, and then I'm scared we're going to seal them up in the roof or something, right? So out with the tape measure. And I get the tape measure again. You know, it's kind of late last night. I didn't videotape it again. And I don't know if I'm going to, you know, hurt the thing or kill it. I don't want to show you guys something if it goes bad, right? So I'm poking this thing, you know, and I got it going back and forth and back and forth. And I'm chasing it pretty good, right? And so it's just going like from one gable to the other gable, to the other gable, to the other, and getting in the holes and hiding and stuff. And then that's when I broke out the big guns, right? Because every time I would put the tape measure up, okay, you know, it can only go so far, and then it kind of, you know, breaks on you, you know. So I grabbed this PVC pipe that Gary brought out because we're, you know, already starting that plumbing in here. And I grabbed this PVC pipe, and I'm like, you know, it's just like the movies in here. I'm swirling this around. I don't want to really hit him with it, right? But I just want to kind of, you know, I'm trying to block his signal. You know, they send out these radar signals, and if you can break that frequency, it confuses them. So it was working too, man. He would be going forward. I would swoop in front of him. He would turn real quick, you know. So we're doing all this stuff. I have my tool belt on, right? I'm going to show you all the props today. Hang on a second. Oh my goodness. Now I got my tool belt on, and I haven't been wearing this thing in a while. Now this thing's pretty heavy. Ugh, you know, listen. Right? I mean, it's no joke, right? So, and I haven't been using my muscles and all that stuff for, you know, 10 weeks. I've been sitting in a recliner chair and stuff. Oh my gosh, y'all. So I'm like, shh, and I'm ducking, you know, because I don't want this bat to get me. Gary, you're probably laughing right now so hard. Oh, you probably got Kleenex wiping the tears out of your eyes. Gary was here, he saw it the first time. So I'm in here last night. And to boot, it's been raining, right? So I had on my water boots, okay? This is just today's story time. Don't leave me now. I'm just going to tell you the story. I got on my water boots because I was going to send my boots off to get fixed. See that? They're flapping on me. See that right there? So my boots were going to get sent off to get fixed. Stacy had them in the car, and I was wearing my water boots. Basically, they're just, you know, for water, and they don't have any support in them and anything. And I'm down here with the weight on my shoulders from the belt. I'm swinging this thing around. I'm ducking up and down. I'm over here and I'm over there, and I'm swinging this thing. Man, I felt my calf light up, and that thing, I don't, you know, it's like a, I'm not gonna say it's tore, but it's pretty close. And oh man, the pain that I got when I did that. But on the good note, I did finally swat that thing. I got him into the mud room, right? And then from the mud room, I got him to slip out of that back window there. So as soon as I got him out, I'm like, well, during the process too, I was already stapling the windows closed, right? Limiting his entrance and exits. I kept 2 in the back there open for him because that's where he was, and then I kept one over here on the mudroom open for him, and the front door was wide open. But I started filling in these cavities here, right? Because I saw that stuff laying around. That's the vapor barrier or whatever for the outside, the house wrap. And I thought, man, I'm just gonna get these windows put in. Now you guys are like, why aren't the windows put in anyways? And the doors? I have to stain the building before we can put on the windows and doors. I just finished this mudroom side, right? So we're gonna put these windows and doors in the minute Gary gets back for this side, and I'm pretty much done on this side. We can get this a little bit done. So those are up next on the program. But I had to block all these windows and doors because I don't want the back coming back in here. I mean, come on, the stories you have to tell from these builds. All right, let's go back outside here. So I can get around and I'm still gonna be able to do my thing, but my walking is kind of messed up. Now I'm gonna answer a few questions before you guys get out of here that people have been asking that's been on your mind. So one is, somebody asked, why are we putting that foam board up after we already spray foamed the insulation in? That's a good, valid question. The reason why we do that is because now we're gonna create an airtight seal, right? The foam is pretty airtight, okay? But what we want to do is stop that initial contact, okay? So what'll happen now is, so the hot air will come up and it'll hit that foam board first, and air is just like water, it looks for the path of least resistance. So what happens is the air will come up and hit, and then it'll just start going this way, and it'll just start finding all the cracks, okay? And that's, you know, in the wintertime, you don't want your heat leaving the building, and in the summertime, you don't want your air conditioning leaving, even though hot air rises, so we're focused on the roof right now. But that's what happens. So with this foam board now, we put it up, and then we tape all the seams. So now when that air hits up there and it goes out, it just goes out. And then eventually it just acclimates to the other temperature in the room, and then it all becomes a good air. You know, not too hot, not too cold up there. And also, you know, I'm gonna take you over here. I only have one more opportunity to show you this, so pay close attention. I'm gonna take you over and show you now. Last time, somebody else asked about this. I'm gonna show you right now. So I'm gonna try to explain this to you last time. Here we go. This is the plywood that's on the roof. That's what the tin's sitting on, okay? This is the first foam board that we put in. We put in some wood trim along these, see, here it is right here, along these rafters on each side to hold this down and create this pocket. See that? Now the foam you see me working on the inside is underneath this foam, and it basically filled in the rest of the cavity in the rafters. And now I'm putting this foam board, a thinner piece, up against it. So I'm making a foam sandwich, okay? There's a foam sandwich right there, but right here, there's a channel, okay? All this right here is gonna get filled in with tongue and groove, okay? So you're not gonna see any of that. Then that's when these vents are gonna work, right? The vents are gonna suck the air all the time, continuously. It's called the thermal siphon. It's gonna constantly pull air in the building on that top part above your sandwich, right? And run the air in that pocket up that roof line, and then there's a vent up at the top, okay? So any air, okay, so the sun beats down on your roof, that hot air gets accumulated, right? Like the heat is building, and it starts to fall into that cavity. You with me? Because it has to go somewhere. So when it starts to fall into that cavity, the other air is being sucked up through that vent, and it just sweeps that hot air right out. See how that works? That's what you want. That's keeping your roof clean, or it's keeping your roof temperature down, because the hotter your roof gets, the faster everything deteriorates, if that makes sense, okay? There you go. Now, when I do the foam on the inside, come on, I'll go show you. And then we tape up all the seams. As that air rises, it's just gonna bounce off of there. And then your fans are gonna spin the air, bring it back down. None of the hot air is going to come through your rafters and bleed into the room. If I didn't put that on there, then the heat would travel, even though I had it foamed in, the heat would travel through the rafters and then come into this room. What I've done now is I've created a break so that heat can't make it into the room from the outside of the roof. Is any of that making sense? So hopefully that's making a lot of sense to you guys, you know. Got a little foam sandwich, a place to breathe. All right, well, thanks for stopping in on the homestead. I got you guys caught up. The bats are in the belfry. Oh my goodness. And that's all I know. If you guys got any questions, just leave them down below in the comment section. I try to answer them. I read the comments. And that's it. Hit that thumbs up on the way out. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. And the next video, we'll be getting some walls on and some ceilings on, so that's going to be big time. You're going to notice a lot of differences now. So, and a quick shout out to Humberto Javiera from Dallas, Texas. They call him Cowboy. But yeah, I'm going to start giving shout outs to you guys. If you guys know anybody that would like to have a shout out in the video that watches our channel, he watches our channel every day. His daughter emailed us. So I just thought I'd put that in there for you guys. And sometimes when I go missing, I get some emails and folks are like, you know, are you okay? And is everything okay? And so she just had emailed me and said, hey, my dad watches you every day and he loves this cabin build and what you guys are doing. And so I asked what his name was, and I just give you a shout out. So you have a good day, you guys. Thanks as always for watching the videos. It really means a lot to us. And you guys are getting too good now with this with this thing here, right? With the with the what's in the box stuff. You guys are too good now. Like, I can't put one over on you. Guys are getting good. The first time it was a good one. You guys are nailing it. That's all the tongue and groove for the inside, for the walls and the ceiling. I got a few more boxes coming around here, though. I think I'm going to get you on a few more. You guys have a good day now.